Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the difference between 2/4 and 4/4 time signatures, how to tell them apart easily, and never be confused again. Don't forget to snag your free 100-day practice challenge. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a lesson. So if you're ready, let's get started. So many times people have asked me, well, what's the difference between 2/4 and 4/4 time signatures? So we're going to start first of all by deconstructing what the two numbers mean in the first bar or the first measure. So in this case, we're looking at the time signature of 2/4. And what this tells us is that the upper number, so the 2, tells us how many beats are in a bar or in a measure, and the lower number tells us what kind of beats they are. And the 4 in music indicates a quarter note. So a quarter note gets 1 beat. The next thing that we're going to look in this process of understanding the difference, we're going to stick with the 2/4. We're going to look at how we're going to show the difference between the strong beat and the weak beat. But first, I'm going to play it for you, and I'm just going to say the counting numbers. So it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, that's really basic. The next layer to add a little bit more of a complete sound, because let me play what you don't want to do. Okay, whenever you're playing a beat, you don't want to sound like a robot. So don't play like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Everything sounded flat and everything sounded the same. You want to give it a different sense of energy, even with a really simple melody. So as you'll see in the music here, I have an S for strong and a W for weak. Now, I don't really like to use the term weak, but that's just the common way that people in music theory refer to the weak beat. So strong beat, weak beat. I like to think of it more as energy or less energy. So I'll play for you again these 4 bars, and again we're in the time signature 2/4, and I'm going to emphasize a strong beat and a weak beat, or energy or less energy. Here we go: strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, weak, weak. Now you're probably asking, well, why did you play the last beat weak or with less energy? And there's a very important reason for that. When you're ending a musical phrase or musical idea, you want to sort of make this sort of flowing down shape, so when it comes to the next musical phrase and idea, you can build back up, okay, unless the composer indicates otherwise. Now let's look at the 4/4 time signature. So this is the same, it's going to sound the same, but it's going to look a little bit different. So in this case, we have the upper number tells us how many beats are in the bar or the measure, so there are 4 beats per measure, and the lower note tells us what kind of beats they are. So the 4 indicates a quarter note. So there are 4 beats in each measure, and the quarter note gets 1 count. So let me play this for you, and I'm going to say aloud the number beats. Here we go: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. It sounds exactly the same as the last example we went through. However, it's a little bit different in this way. So I'm going to go ahead and play it through again with the strong beats and the weak beats, or the more energy or less energy. And I want you to listen how it's going to sound a little bit different. So here we go: strong, weak, strong, weak. Okay, it sounds a little bit different, but really to the naked ear, it just basically sounds the same. But here is where I want to show you, I'm going to play a musical example for you. The first example, I'm going to add some chords in my left hand, and this is going to be in the time signature of 2/4, and I'm going to add the strong beats and the weak beats. So here we go. Now here is the exact same melody, but in 4/4 time. So I want you to see if you can tell the difference. You can't really tell the difference, right? Obviously, it looks different on your music, on your score. And I guess the most important thing that I want to impart with you is Always look at what the upper number tells you and what the lower number tells you, and make sure that you add that strong beat, that weak beat, more energy, less energy, and have fun. And don't panic if you see the two different time signatures. Now you have a good idea what the difference is between the 2/4 and the 4/4 time signatures. Congratulations, you've completed this lesson. See you in the next lesson.